The key point here, which I think I want to emphasize again, is if you've got health care, I don't want to take away your choices, I want to add your choices. I want you to be able to keep your doctor, keep your health care, but I want to be able to drive down costs, and if you're dissatisfied with your health care, I want to make sure you've got some other options out there.
And yet, it all takes money. You know the numbers, $1.7 trillion debt, a national deficit of $11 trillion. At what point do we run out of money?
Well, we're out of money now. We're operating in deep deficits, not caused by any decisions we've made on health care so far. This is as a consequence of the crisis that we've seen, and in fact, our failure to make some good decisions on health care over the last several decades. So we've got a short-term problem, which is we had to spend a lot of money to salvage our financial system. We had to deal with the auto companies, a huge recession, which drains tax revenue at the same time as it's putting more pressure on governments to provide unemployment insurance or make sure that food stamps are available for people who've been laid off. So we have a short-term problem, and we also have a long-term problem. The short-term problem is dwarfed by the long-term problem, and the long-term problem is Medicaid and Medicare. If we don't reduce long-term health care inflation substantially, we can't get control of the deficit. So one option is just to do nothing. We say, well, it's too expensive for us to make some short-term investments in health care. We can't afford it. We've got this big deficit. Let's just keep the health care system that we've got now. Along that trajectory, we will see health care costs as an overall share of our federal spending grow and grow and grow and grow until essentially it consumes everything. That's the wrong option. I think the right option is to say, where are the game changers, the investments that we can make now that are going to reduce costs, even if they don't reduce them this year or next year, but 10 years from now or 20 years from now, we are going to see substantially lower costs. And if, one of the very promising areas that we saw was these insurance companies, drug companies, hospitals, all these stakeholders coming together, committing to me that they would reduce costs by 1.5% per year. If we do that, seems like a small number, you end up saving $2 trillion. $2 trillion, which not only can help deal with our deficit and our long-term debt, but a lot of those savings can go back into the pockets of American consumers in the form of lower premiums. That's what we're driving for.
You mentioned the auto industry. What will